Welcome back to the one and only weekly mobile gaming show right here on YouTube, where I cover the 4 most interesting games that I played last week, giving you guys, as always, a quick overview of each game, and then if you want to dive deeper, you can do that by watching the full videos on each game, and you can find those in the description box down below this video. Now, in today's video, we will be talking about an awesome strategy auto chess game with a perfect monetization, a simple top-down archery action game with roguelite elements, a new MOBA-meets-Clash-Royale game with the ability to create private rooms to fight against our friends, and lastly, a follow-up to a super popular semi-idle single-player RPG game. You can find my favorite game of the week at the end of the video, so buckle up and let's dive into the first game of the week. To kick us off this week, we've got Arena Stars Battle Heroes, which mixes a MOBA-like main hero with Clash Royale-style progression and unit deployment for a casual but competitive and very fast-paced 1 vs 1 PvP experience with 90 seconds matches. I actually genuinely enjoyed the core gameplay in this game. The UI is very well designed, and most notably, we can create private rooms to fight against our friends in matches where we even get to define the gameplay parameters ourselves as well, such as, for example, the starting mana, the cooldowns, the hero lives. Sadly, however, the monetization allows us to buy loot boxes to skip grinding our way to better units, but fortunately, the grindable chests don't have timers, instead opting for a Brawl Stars-like system where we need enough crowns to open the upcoming loot boxes. I am concerned about the monetization moving forward, but the core gameplay is fun enough to warrant at least checking this game out if you find the concept intriguing. The game requires online access, it takes up 232 megabytes of space, it's available on Android and on iOS already, and my conclusion is that Arena Stars might just be your thing if you've previously enjoyed Clash Royale, for example, and similar 1 vs 1 PvP titles, and I'm personally gonna give this game a consider it because of the great gameplay, but to be honest, the not so optimal monetization strategy. Now, Archero is an archery action RPG with roguelite gameplay and even some light bullet hell mechanics thrown in there, in which we move through endless rooms to defeat monsters, we level up to pick 1 of 3 randomly selected temporary boosts, and we collect loot for our hero. The very core idea of the gameplay is that we can only shoot whenever we stand still, completely still, making this game a masterclass in having ninja-like dodgeball reflexes. The action-packed gameplay is highly addictive in this game, which is typically a very good sign of a solid game design. But sadly, the energy-based monetization means that we can only play 4 rounds before we have to wait for an hour or pay up to continue playing the game. The game is offline playable though, it only takes up 179 megabytes of space, it's out on Android and on iOS, and if you're looking for a casual RPG with roguelike gameplay, then Archero is definitely worth taking for a spin. Nonstop Knight 2 is a semi-idle RPG that runs silky smooth, it has nice animations, an interesting skill and talent system, and a ton of loot to find and level up as well. Unlike the first Nonstop Knight game, Nonstop Knight 2 is split into campaign levels, each of which has 3 rounds of bosses that we have to defeat, making it feel slightly less endless, which is actually a good thing in my book, but unfortunately, we don't earn any gold or experience points from killing monsters unless we also defeat the boss at the end as well, and this does remove some of the satisfaction of just slaying endless enemies non-stop. And it also makes the game's monetization much more heavy, as we're forced to either wait for new free loot boxes or pay up to get better gear to continue if we get stuck at one of these bosses. We can't simply continue slaying enemies to earn more gold or more experience points. Sadly, the game requires online access to be played, it takes up 325 megabytes of space, it's out on Android and it's out on iOS, and I'm gonna conclude that you should only consider checking out Nonstop Knight 2, as the game felt a bit underwhelming overall, and it doesn't really add a whole lot to the experience offered by the first Nonstop Knight game, not to mention, of course, the worst monetization as well. I am still including the game in this episode, however, so I have a chance to mention that I can easily recommend checking out Nonstop Knight 1. It's similar in gameplay, but it has a much more relaxed monetization model. Auto Chess by Drodo Studios, which, by the way, are the original developers of the Auto Chess for Dota mod on PC, is a fun chess-like strategy RPG in this auto chess genre with 20 to 30 minute play sessions. Matched against 7 other players, the goal is to be the last man standing by buying units and deploying them to the chess-like board, leveling them up, equipping gear, and losing as little HP as possible. I really enjoyed playing auto chess because of how easy it is to get into and how extremely deep the meta gameplay becomes as you get better at the game. Oh, and let's not forget, by the way, the 100% perfect monetization that only focuses on cosmetic items that do not impact gameplay in any way whatsoever. This game is definitely one of my favorites of 2019 already, and it offers a really solid long play sessions gameplay experience of high quality and with a thriving community of players as well. The game requires online access, it takes up 920 megabytes of space, it's out on Android and on iOS, and if you like these long-form strategy games that have you sitting at the edge of your seat the entire time, then Auto Chess is your type of game for sure, and it is also my favorite game of the week, and so yeah, definitely, you should go check this game out. I really hope you enjoyed some of the games included in this week's episode. Now, if you're new around here, consider subscribing for more mobile gaming goodness, or you can go straight ahead and dive into the catalog of literally hundreds of amazing mobile games that I've already covered by browsing the older videos right here on the channel. No matter what you do though, I just wish you an amazing rest of your day, and until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.